Here's my audience. Dogs included.
This song, oh my goodness. Your hands on my crotch.
I'm recording.
I don't care.
The average student checks their phone over 80 times a day. That's every 12 minutes. That's not just a fun fact, it's a warning sign. According to Common Sense Media, phones have become almost an involuntary habit for many students, often used when they're not needed. If you've ever struggled to stay focused in class, you're not alone, and your phone might be one of the biggest reasons why. Today, I want to argue that smartphones should be banned in classrooms because they harm learning, distract students, and damage mental health. Let's explore how phones reduce focus, interfere with education, and affect emotional well-being. Let's begin with the obvious, learning. Classrooms are meant to be places of deep thought, critical thinking, and discovery. But that's impossible when your brain is constantly being interrupted. A 2013 study done by Kunskoff and Titsworth showed that students who use their phone during lectures retain less information and score significantly lower on exams. Even more surprisingly, a study from the University of Texas found that just having a phone nearby, even turned off, can reduce brain power and focus. It's called brain drain. Here's why. Phones create what psychologists call divided attention. The brain can't fully engage with the lecture while also anticipating texts, notifications, and updates. So students become mentally split, physically present, but not intellectually involved. Worse, this becomes a habit. Constant partial attention becomes the new normal, and students lose the ability to concentrate deeply, not just in school, but in life. Now, let's talk about distractions, not just from learning, but from human interaction. Smartphones are built on addictive designs. Think infinite scrolling, personalized notifications, and dopamine triggering alerts. These tools are not neutral. They are engineered to capture and keep attention. Social media companies make money from how long you stay on their platform. Your distraction is their profit. In a classroom, this turns phones into attention magnets. One notification can spark a chain reaction. Check the text, then scroll for a second, then reply, then suddenly 10 minutes are gone. Multiply that by every student, and it's no wonder that teachers report lower engagement and classroom chaos. In fact, a research done by Rosen et al. Found that students who frequently text during lessons score lower on comprehension tests. This isn't just an individual issue, it impacts the whole class. Teachers are forced to repeat themselves, manage behavioral issues, and compete with Instagram for attention. Now, some might argue, wait, can't phones be used for educational tools too? That's true in theory. Yes, there are great apps for learning languages, solving math problems, and exploring science topics, but in practice, that's not how phones are used in class. According to a 2020 Pew Research Center report, over 90% of phone use in school is for non-academic purposes, messaging, social media, and games. And when schools already provide access to Chromebooks, tablets, or library computers, phones are redundant at best and disruptive at worst. Besides, when phones are allowed, it becomes almost impossible for teachers to regulate how they are used. Are students using Google Docs or Snapchat? There's no way to tell without constant policing, which isn't a good use of class time. There's one more important reason to ban phones in class: mental health. Studies link excessive phone use to increased anxiety, depression, and low self-esteem, especially in teenagers. Social media encourages constant comparison, fear of missing out, and even cyberbullying. Bringing that all into a classroom adds unnecessary emotional stress. The Journal of Abnormal Psychology found that teens who spent more than 3 hours a day on electronic devices were 34% more likely to suffer from anxiety and depression. Classroom time should be a break from those pressures, a safe place to grow, ask questions, and be present. By removing phones from the equation, we give students a mental reset, time to think, talk, and just be students without the constant social media noise. So let's be clear, phones are hurting more than helping in classrooms. They reduce focus, damage academic performance, distract everyone, and contribute to mental health challenges. This isn't about controlling students, it's about protecting their potential. Banning phones in class helps create a space where real learning, real thinking, and real human connection can happen. So here's my call to action. Let's take back our attention. Let's protect our classrooms from distraction and make them zones of concentration, curiosity, and calm. Because sometimes the smartest thing to do is turn the smart device off. Okay.
Yay.
I need it to be like